we've made it halfway through the college football season, and the biggest thing that I could gather from week 6 is that college football is on crack. This week was absolutely ridiculous. We had some phenomenal matchups, some massive upsets, some idiotic decisions. It's everything you would want and more from the best game in the world. Today, guys, we're here to break down, to recap everything that happened in week 6 and to get you ready for week 7, the start of the second half of the season. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad you could join us today. As always, please continue to like, to comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, including these bad boys, these expert picks over here. Again, if you haven't signed up for them, we don't know what you're doing, and you're truly missing out. 7-3 in week 6 at 70% against the spread. That brings our total to nearly 62% against the spread on the year, 39-24 on the year. Currently on a 36-15 run. So if you were like 39-24 is not good enough, the last 5 weeks we're on a 36-15 run. So forget anybody else you're using. Forget all those other sites that claim they've got the best picks out there. That's us. And if you want guaranteed winnings, every single week, if you want a guaranteed winning record, if you want money right back in your pocket, if you want the best customer service any handicapper in the country is going to give you, well, this is the place for you. Go sign up for these expert picks today. We've been killing it all season long. It's a full year-long subscription. Don't miss out on this guaranteed money. Go take advantage of it and join our team today. Let's take a look at week 6, guys. First off, again, take a look at the numbers. 23-8 on the money line, 227.51 on the year. So if you don't like the spread and you like money line, well, yeah, we're winning big there too. 81.7% on the year. Pretty dang good with a handful of upsets sprinkled in this week as well. And again, those spread picks, they're going to be up here all day today. They're going to be up there every single video going forward. They're on our website all year long. Don't miss out. You take a look at week 6, guys. We said college football's on crack, and I think the best game that epitomizes that kind of shows that was the Red River rivalry to kick off our college football Saturday. That game was absolutely unbelievable and absolutely wild from start to finish. I would put it up there as one of the best Red River rivalries to ever have been played, and it was fitting that it was the last meeting between Oklahoma and Texas as Big 12 members, as both are set to join the SEC next year. So it really went out with a bang. They're still going to play each other, but the last meeting as Big 12 members, it went out on a high. Number 12, Oklahoma, stunning. Number 3, Texas, 34-30. And we said it's on crack, right? What do you mean by that? Well, forget that game-winning drive. Let's just look at the first quarter. Texas throws an interception early, like the second play of the game. Oklahoma capitalizes. Then Texas capitalizes off the blocked punt. Then Oklahoma tries the reverse on the kickoff that's eventually ruled illegal due to the illegal forward pass. That was all in the first quarter. It was absolutely ridiculous. Oklahoma was up 27-20, had a chance to maybe put the game away with the field goal with a little under 8 minutes left, misses the field goal. Texas goes down there, ends up tying the game. And then they take the lead, 30-27 with 1:17 left. And then Oklahoma drives the whole length of the field, 75 yards in 5 plays in less than a minute and a half to take a 34-30 lead with 15 seconds remaining. Dylan Gabriel to Nick Anderson, back corner of the end zone. Unbelievable drive, a legacy drive as they're calling it. Dylan Gabriel, who didn't get to play in this rivalry game last year, shows up, shows out, leads Oklahoma to a massive upset victory over their rival and puts the Sooners in the driver's seat of the Big 12 and shows that the Sooners are once again legitimate college football playoff contenders. It was an unbelievable matchup. Shocking from start to finish. Entertaining from start to finish, and will go down as not just one of the best games of the week, but one of the best games of the year, and one of the best games in this rivalry series. Texas not out of the equation yet. Their playoff hopes are not dashed or anything, but they took a major hit with this loss to the Sooners. Unbelievable. Absolutely epic. Continuing on, number 23, LSU takes down number 21, Missouri. Those two teams seem to have forgotten how to play defense. Both teams were expected to have pretty strong defenses entering the year. Neither of them have showed up all year long. Neither of them showed up on Saturday. Both teams averaging over 500 yards on the day, hitting over 500 yards a day, combining for 1,060 yards on Saturday. And really, it was funny, guys. We said this in our preview video. We had a lot of flack for it. We said LSU is going to win the game. And we said LSU is finally going to force Brady Cook into an interception. And if they can do that, they're going to win. And it was fitting that the turning point in the game was Brady Cook's first interception. Missouri was up 22-10 over LSU, who was just sleepwalking through this game. LSU wakes up, gets the pick, and from that interception on, LSU outscored Missouri 39-17. Down 22-10, they get the first pick of the day, outscore the Tigers 39-17, and that included that pick six with 34 seconds remaining to fully seal the deal and give LSU that 49-39 victory. Look, LSU's no good, right? The defense is atrocious. Offense is great, but the defense is absolutely atrocious. Same can be said for Missouri. The offense was showing up. The defense is bad. Neither team, I think, is going to make much big noise going forward. But this was a very entertaining game. It was an exciting game, and LSU trying to keep their season alive with this win. If they had lost this game, they would have had 3 losses on the year. This was a massive win for the Bayou Bengals to get that victory in Columbia. Missouri, their season hopes are not dashed either, but unfortunately were unable to clinch bowl eligibility on Saturday, taking a home loss in heartbreaking fashion. Sticking in the SEC, number 11, Alabama. They survived Texas A&M 26-20. And I'm thinking we're going to start doing a new thing here on the Gridiron Expert where we highlight the idiots of the week. How do you like that? The idiots of the week. We got 2 this week. The first one was in this game. Jimbo Fisher is the number 1 idiot of the week. First idiot of the week, I guess. Alabama beats A&M 26-20 in College Station. But listen to this. A&M was playing good ball, right? 17-10. The Aggies led Alabama at halftime. They were playing good ball. The defense was lighting them up. The offense was doing their job. Coming out of halftime, A&M forces an interception. Things are looking great. Then A&M gifted Alabama the ball right back. But it was this play right here. The Aggies faced a 4th and 1 at the Alabama 45-yard line with under 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter and chose to punt. In Alabama territory, 4th and 1, probably could have picked that up, chose to punt, and that gave Alabama life. That gave Alabama life. From then on, Alabama outscored A&M 9-3, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that was the difference maker. They were tied at 17 when Jimbo Fisher chose to punt. Alabama seized that opportunity, marched down the field, scored a touchdown the very next drive, ultimately got the safety later on, and then the Aggies later on had an opportunity to get in the end zone. 1st and goal from the 2, holding penalty, sent it back, had to settle for the field goal, and then Alabama ran the rest of the clock out. Jimbo Fisher, who knows what would have happened? Maybe they get stuffed, but either way, the way I view it is, you punt it away, Alabama scored. You get the ball, you convert, you have a chance to score. Either way, Alabama was probably going to score. Whether you punted the ball away or you failed to get the 4th down, you had nothing to lose. And Jimbo Fisher ultimately handed that win to Alabama. Following that blunder of not going on a 4th and 1, A&M punted, missed a field goal, got sacked for safety, and then had to settle for a field goal after facing 1st and goal at the 2. The field goal did nothing. Alabama escaped 26-20. Alabama absolutely deserved to win. Jalen Milroe was phenomenal, 321 yards and 3 touchdowns, showing he could show up and win a big game, especially in such a hostile environment. Don't sleep on the Crimson Tide, guys. They're not going anywhere. They're still available. They're still in the hunt for the playoff. They're still in the hunt for the SEC West Championship. No doubt about it. But A&M, Jimbo Fisher, big-time idiot of the week. The biggest idiot of the week, though, came down in Miami. We'll touch on this briefly. Number 17, Miami, a 3-touchdown favorite over Georgia Tech, was struggling, had to come back down 7 in the 4th quarter, but had the game in the bag. Mario Cristobal, you are the idiot of the week. You deserve to be gone immediately. Had the game won against a severely inferior opponent, a Georgia Tech team that, keep in mind, last week lost 38-27 to Bowling Green, allowed over 430 yards of offense to the Falcons, ultimately had to fire their defensive coordinator, comes into a Miami team well rested, and Miami blew it. How? Because they failed to kneel the ball. The game was won. Georgia Tech was out of timeouts. All Miami had to do was take the snap and kneel. But for some reason, Mario Cristobal felt it was necessary to continue to run the football. They weren't trying to score a touchdown. They didn't have to get in the field goal range. The clock, if they had taken the knee, would have run out, and the 2 coaches would have trotted out to midfield, shaking hands, and gotten the heck out of there. But instead, Mario Cristobal chose to run the ball. Miami fumbled, and Georgia Tech scored a 44-yard touchdown with 1 second left to escape with the 23-20 victory. Cristobal made the same mistake back in 2018 at Oregon. All he had to do was keep kneeling the ball for the Ducks. Didn't. Ended up fumbling. Stanford recovered that fumble, ended up winning the game in Eugene. Again, all the way back in 2018. He didn't learn from his mistakes. You're not a good coach if you can't learn from your mistakes. Mario Cristobal, you're an absolute idiot. You cost Miami a big-time win over Georgia Tech that would have set up an undefeated showdown against North Carolina next week. It's an embarrassment. It's atrocious. It's downright disgusting. Shame on you, Mario Cristobal. And for you, all you Miami fans out there, my man Mark and all you other Miami fans, I feel for you. You don't deserve that. You absolutely do not deserve that. Continuing on with our recap, guys. Those are your two idiots of the week, and Jimbo Fisher and Mario Cristobal. Ironic that they played each other earlier in the year. UCLA shaking up the Pac-12, taking down number 13, Washington State, 25-17. The Pac-12, guys, is continuing to beat itself up. So many true contenders in this conference. They're trying to get to the college football playoff. They're not going to do it if they continue to beat up on each other. And that's exactly what happened with UCLA. They not stunned the Cougars. The Bruins were favored in this game, but Washington State led 17-12 in the fourth quarter, largely thanks in part to the 88-yard pick six right before halftime, but still led by 5 entering the first quarter. But then the Bruins scored 2 touchdowns in less than 2 minutes to take that 25-17 lead and then stop the Cougars on 4th and 1 at the UCLA 40-yard line, ultimately sealing the win. Outgained Washington State 470 yards to 216. And we said that. We said Washington State has not. We picked UCLA, by the way. Don't believe us? Go check out our Week 6 predictions. We picked UCLA to beat Washington State, and we said the Cougars have yet to face an offense like this, and they haven't faced a road environment like this. The only other road game Washington State had played was back in Week 1 at Colorado State. This was their first road game since in over a month. They hadn't faced an offense anything near that of UCLA, and that clearly showed in terms of UCLA outgaining the Cougars, how their offense was clicking outside of the pick six. The defense for UCLA showed up big time, forcing 4 Washington State turnovers. Give credit to Chip Kelly and the Bruins. They are a top 25 team, and they are back in that Pac-12 title hunt. The only loss for them on the road by 7 against Utah, a place that's dang near impossible to win in Salt Lake City. So massive win for the Bruins. Georgia taking down number 20 Kentucky 51-13. Look, guys, Kentucky never stood a chance. If you believed that Kentucky was going to beat Georgia, if you believed that this game was going to come down to the fourth quarter, you were maybe should be listed on our idiots of the week, honestly. Let's be honest here. Georgia winning 51-13. Kentucky ultimately never stood a chance in Athens. I don't know if any of us expected it to be this bad, that bad of a victory, with a 38-point victory, but Georgia was never going to lose this game. A team that watched Kentucky torch Florida on the ground, a team that got torched on the ground against Auburn. Kirby Smart is a good enough coach to learn from his mistakes, to learn what needs to be fixed, and he knew he needed to fix the run game. So after Ray Davis rushed for 280 yards against Florida, Kentucky comes into Athens, and the Bulldogs hold the Wildcats to just 55 total rushing yards on the day and outgained them 608 yards to 183. They outgained them by over 400 yards on the day. It was embarrassing for the Wildcats, and Georgia flexing their muscles and saying, we hear all this noise about people saying we're not the number one team and we're not nearly as good as we were last year. This was a statement, and they absolutely made it. Final thing we want to talk about here, number 25 Louisville making a statement over number 10 Notre Dame, 33-20, and it's kind of poetic, right? It's kind of poetic. Last year, Sam Hartman, leading the 10th-ranked Wake Forest Demon Deacons, got torched by Louisville on the road. This year, Sam Hartman, leading the 10th-ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish, go on the road to Louisville and get absolutely torched. Sam Hartman's weakness, Sam Hartman's kryptonite is Louisville. He cannot beat the Cardinals. He cannot survive the Cardinals, especially on the road. Sam Hartman entered the game, hadn't thrown an interception all year. He's held to 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 3 freaking interceptions in one game, and 2 fumbles. All 5 turnovers were by Sam Hartman. 3 interceptions, was sacked multiple times, 5 times on the day, 2 of them resulting in fumbles. Louisville had 8 tackles for a loss. They had 185 rushing yards on the day against that stingy Notre Dame rushing defense, although we did say if Louisville was going to win the game, they had to dominate on the ground. That's exactly what they did. Jeff Brom, in his first year with the Cardinals, are 6-0. He's looking good. This team is looking good. And you're looking at the ACC, and you're talking about Florida State, and you're talking about North Carolina, and teams like that. Well, we're looking at Louisville, and we're saying the Cardinals are for real. What a game. Notre Dame's playoff chances gone. Doesn't matter if they beat USC. Doesn't matter if they beat Clemson. Doesn't matter if they win out. Playoff hopes are done. They survived the trap game last week against Duke. They were unable to avoid the trap game this week against Louisville, and the Cardinals made a statement, not just by winning, but winning in dominating fashion, 33-20 over the Fighting Irish. This was an unbelievable performance. This was an unbelievable weekend of college football. Ultimately, 7 ranked teams going down. There's going to be major shakeups in the rankings, not just in the AP, which is absolutely garbage. They're the idiots of the week every week. There's going to be major shakeups in our GE top 25. You don't want to miss out on that, guys. Who we have ranked in our top 25. A lot of newcomers, a lot of teams that dropped out, a lot of teams that rose, a lot of teams that fall. You don't want to miss out on those rankings, guys. We've got a massive week 7 coming up. This is a massive weekend for college football. It's going to continue to shake the playoff race, continue to shake individual conference races. And if you thought the first half of college football was great, well, just get ready because you haven't seen anything yet. This is where things are going to start to get real. If you thought week 6 was crazy, once again, you haven't seen anything yet. So guys, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks. 36-15 run over the last 5 weeks. 7-3 in week 6, 39-24 on the year, hitting 62% of our bets. I mean, you're not going to find anything better, guys. You're not going to find better customer service. You're not going to find more guaranteed winnings anywhere else. This is the place for you. Go sign up today. It's a full year-long subscription, so you're never too late to sign up. Go take advantage of it and win with us today. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.